Hello there, my name is Leena and I will be talking about magic squares, how it was discovered, how we use it in our everyday life, and more. So what are magic squares? Magic squares are square grids with a special arrangement of numbers in them. These numbers are special because every row, column, and diagonal adds up to the same number. For example, as you can see in this image, if you calculate any row, column, or diagonal, it will equal to 15, as it would be called the magic number. The magic square is said to have been discovered in the 3rd millennium BC by the Chinese Emperor Yu. According to tradition, the emperor, while walking on the river bank, found a turtle with an odd diagram on its shell. The emperor saw in the unusual pattern a numerical sequence. He called this pattern the Lo Shu. His discovery was a magic square of the 3rd order, and it is symbolically the same as the first magic square, which is the image on the right. On the turtle, the magic number was 15 as well. For example, if you count the number of dots in this diagonal, it will equal to 15. Moving on, this Dutch artist, Albrecht Dürer, incorporated a magic square of the 4th order, meaning it has 4 columns and rows, into his art Melancholia in 1514. This is his artwork that's called Melancholia, and as you can see, the magic square appears under the bell in the top right corner. Here is a closer look of the magic square that was shown in his art with a magic number of 34. Then comes Benjamin Franklin, creating magic squares with a unique feature of bent diagonals, giving the magic sum. Instead of calculating the sum just in one diagonal, it would be bent into 2 as shown in the image. The image on the left is an example of his magic square of the 8th order, and the image on the right is another example of his magic square of the 16th order, which he calls the most magically magical of any magic square ever made by a magician. Sudoku, a popular math puzzle commonly found in newspapers, puzzle books, or magazines, was actually inspired by a variation on magic squares. Meanwhile, in the 1970s, Erno Rubrik, a Hungarian designer, was attempting to recreate the 15 puzzle in 3 dimensions when he came up with the Rubik's Cube. These hit items are a testament to the fascination that people around the world have with puzzles, and it's no wonder that magic squares are still being created by people and used in math classes as well as math tournaments today. So how can magic squares be useful? For example, artists tend to use them in their artwork, making it more meaningful and unique. It also improves your thinking skills, especially when playing Sudoku or Rubik's Cube. It also carries over the correlation between a number and its corresponding planet. So, expanding on the last example, planetary magic squares use the numbers 3 through 9 and are used to attract the influence of the planets and their angels or demons during magical practices. They are quite simply grids bearing numbers relative to that planet and its corresponding mathematical calculations as shown in those images. Thank you for listening to my brief summary about magic squares. Hope it was useful and have a great day.